Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Pack Rat's Shack. If you are new here and don't know me yet, my name is Packy. Thank you for checking in today. I hope I inspire you and earn your subscription to my channel. So what's this video about today? Well, let me tell you. That new booth that I opened up, it went way better than planned. We are doing so well with that. We sold 4 pieces within the first week. And also from my main booth, I sold the hutch. You know, my video Stray Abandoned Lonely Hutch Top. Yes, that finally sold from my main booth. So yes, things are going very well for my booth right now, and we have spaces to fill. So if you're interested to see what we can come up with this week, stick with me. Let's see what we can accomplish. Hi, my name is Packy, creator of Pack Rat's Shack. I upcycle furniture, build out of pallet wood, finish interior spaces, and have a vendor booth for my creations. Welcome to my world. Piece number 1. This is a piece that was given to me by my good friend and client. Actually, she gives me most of my pieces. I believe this piece is from the 1920s or somewhere in there. Therefore, I want to do as little repairs as possible to try to keep it in its original condition. Overall, it is not in bad shape. A few places need glued and clamped, but mainly I'm just giving it a good and thorough cleaning, followed up by a real good conditioning. The top was loose on one side, so I glued it and weighted it down with a couple of my 45s. I think these drawer bottoms have already been replaced at some point. It looks like they used wall paneling for it. But since I'm not refinishing this piece and they seem firm enough, I'm going to just leave them be. On this piece I used Howard's Feed and Wax. I let this soak in for a day or so, then buff off the excess that has not soaked in. Piece number 2. This was just given to me by one of my other friends. She said she was going to throw it away if I didn't take it. The finish is in very bad condition and it's degraded and flaking. Plus, there are some breaks and scrapes that need to be fixed. Nothing that a bit of gluing, clamping, and wood filler can't fix. Then I decide to spray paint it with a very dark brown that also has like a metallic bronziness to it. It's actually so dark it's almost black. I do several thin coats until I have full coverage. Yes, I had a bright idea of putting these sunflower transfers on, and I know some of you aren't in love with the use of transfers, but I just really felt they were suited for this piece. Then I spray everything with Minwax warm satin polyurethane, focusing on the sides, legs, and the detail work. Later I followed up with the wipe-on poly on all the tops and inside the drawer. This really helps seal in the transfers. Piece number 3. I should say I started this piece third, but it may add confusion later because I finished it last. This piece took the most amount of work because it's actually a whole new build. I have been wanting to do one of these for a long time now after seeing several of them on Instagram, Etsy, Pinterest, and by other YouTube creators. So I'm going to attempt to transform this twin size bed into, I'm going to say, like a hall closet or a hall chest, because it's too tall to be used as a bench. And I don't really want to cut the top off to make it bench size or the legs off. I just don't feel like I'm coming up with the right dimensions for it to work as a seat by taking off either the legs or the top of the front edge that would be under the knees. Like either of those scenarios I was thinking about, and I just didn't like what would be left behind, if that makes sense. It didn't seem like the look would be complete if part of it was chopped. Neither one of those scenarios seemed to be working in my mind, but this is the first time I'm trying this, so maybe with experience the whole planning process will be a little bit better as well. Also, in this piece, let's count and see how many supplies I can also get out of my house by putting them on this piece. So we have the twin bed itself, we have leftover plywood, scrap pieces of 1x, leftover barnwood shiplap, leftover white laminate board, 2 other pieces of trim, 2 small pieces of 1x12s that were removed from an old build-in area that I transformed into a enclosed trash compartment for a client. And then there's another piece of leftover quarter round and an 8-foot piece of 1x10 that was given to me. And the piano hinge was also something given to me by a friend. The wood glue, the wood fillers, the 2-part epoxy filler, and the black semi-transparent stain, screws, finish nails, and even the gold gilding wax. That's just all stuff that I keep on hand for my projects. So that's just considered things in my toolbox, basically. So basically the only thing I did need to buy for this project was the actual paint I used and more of the polyurethane spray to seal the piece. Piece number 4. This was another piece that was given to me by my friend that gives me so many pieces. One of the small drawers was coming apart on every joint, so it needed a lot of gluing and clamping. One of the drawers had written information on it that said 1925. So that is always interesting to see when you have information about a piece that you can locate. There was also some paint splatter on the side that needed scraped off. But other than that, basically all we needed to do is a very deep, thorough cleaning, followed up with a real good conditioning of the piece. And on this piece, I did use the Dixie Belle's Big Mama's Butter. And I can't explain, there is no rhyme or reason on why I choose this product or Howard's Feed and Wax and why I choose them for the different pieces. It's basically just what I'm in the mood to use, and they're my two go-tos. I either use Howard's or I use Dixie Belle's Big Mama's Butter on every piece that needs conditioned. Those are just two interchangeable products as far as I'm concerned. Now, I will say that I've never actually used Howard's Feed and Wax to unstick sticky, locked up hardware pieces, and I've used Big Mama's Butter for that. It actually works better than WD-40. Big Mama's Butter can not only condition the wood, but it also really rejuvenates metal and gets it working and releases any sticky friction joints. Piece number 5. I can't believe how I failed to record anything to go with this piece. I will say this piece, it was a bit wonky for the fact that it had been a building at one time and it was cut out of that space, which meant one side was cut out and the other side was a finished corner. Here's a better look at these pieces finished. Wow, I really dropped the ball on this piece. I really can't believe that I neglected to record it or even take pictures of it after it was in the booth. I just really neglected this piece. But here's a bit extra. I built myself this wonky display unit that I wanted for all of my different can refinish upcycle displays, like as they transition from one season to another or whatnot. I just thought this really would work and be kind of funky. So what do you think? Do you like this video with an overview of several different pieces? There's lots of information left out. You don't get to see everything that I've done to the pieces, but it's a good overview and you see the end result, so that's cool, right? Which was your favorite piece? Comment below. I love to hear what people have to say. I do try to check the comments daily, and I personally respond to each and every comment. Thank you all that stayed to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. The next video I'm currently working on is refinishing all of my exterior doors and trim. Weather permitting, that will be up next. I'm also working on an antique desk that I believe is dated at 1924, which is information left on an inside drawer. So, check back with me, see which one I get to first. Until then, stay safe out there.